All right, David, let's take a look at your drive serve here. This isn't your best drive serve. I've seen you hit much better ones, but I do want to address a couple issues. So I'm going to play it through first at full speed, and then we'll slow it down, take a look at each part of your swing. Okay. So a couple things. First thing I would say is I would say you're starting a little too low. I like to start low on my drive serve too, but I think this is almost too low. Look at the angle of your leg there. It's a little too great, I would say. And what happens is you actually end up coming up because you started so low. So if I slow motion it forward here, you'll see how you actually come up. See how you're up now? So you went from low to high, and that creates a big inconsistency. So I mentioned the angle of your leg, and if you look at it now, it's actually much straighter, which means you changed, you're more upright and you've changed the level quite a bit, and that just leads to an inconsistent swing, and a skip drive serve, which really should never happen. But I think you did it because you went from low to high. So I recommend starting a little higher on your drive serve. I like to put more pressure on my back leg than I do my front leg. I want that pressure on the back leg. I try to imagine there's an invisible stool behind me. My butt's kind of sitting on it, this invisible stool. But I want to be comfortable. I want to make sure I can hold that position. I don't think you could hold this position very long. It seems like that's a lot of work. It's almost like doing a squat. So I would recommend just a little higher to start the drive serve. In terms of racket prep, perfect. In terms of your step, your left step is perfect. Your racket's still up, you're loading up, which is great. And look at your right step. We've been working hard on getting that step straight. So that's pretty good. You kind of went past the blue line, but it's not too bad. You used to step over here, so this is certainly an improvement. And then the ball drop was too close. You dropped it too close to your body, and I can prove it by looking at where you contacted the ball. See that right there? You should be hitting the ball on the sweet spot of the racket, which is up here, and you ended up hitting it down here. That could have been just lack of focus or anything. I see that you did drop the ball on the blue tape that we put there. But the reason it's too close to your body, it also could be a result of this step over here. If you had stepped where you should have, like perfectly straight, then you move your foot over about 6 inches to the right there, and then the ball ends up being here on your racket. Sometimes it's just that simple, where you can, one step screws up the ball drop, screws up your contact point. So something to work on, something to think about. I would say just start a little higher on the drive serve, and then take your normal step straight, and make sure you're hitting that ball at full extension, okay? If you look at the point of contact, so your arm is shaped like this, okay? And ideally, on a drive serve, you really want to have your arm a little lower because you're kind of upright, so you want to have full extension like that. The arm is just absolutely straight, reaching out for the ball. And look at your torso as well. See the angle of your torso. So you're pretty high right now. You started low and you came up high. So I would say start medium, and then stay on that same path. Stay nice and low, and then swing all the way through the ball. Speaking of follow through, let's take a look at your follow through. So I do like leading with the elbow here, which is beautiful. We've been working on that. That's excellent. And let's check the follow through. Really good. Nice and low. You could have followed through a little more with the racket. It's not too bad though. And your right arm cleared out of the way, which is excellent. Your back foot pivoted, which is exactly what we want. So we're building a good swing here. Again, this was not your best swing, but I just wanted to show you this because I feel like there's some relevant information here that you can you can work on. I think just starting higher on your drive serve, eliminating that low crouch like that will fix 3 of those problems I mentioned. I think that will be the first step. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put some more videos up soon, so hopefully this one helped you with the drive serve.